Hi everyone, so today I'm coming at you with a Myths and Legends collaboration that I am doing with LittleSurprisesYT here on YouTube. So as you can see, I made this really adorable interactive sword in the stone keychain, and she made this amazing Anubis head. So if you want to go and see her tutorial, please click on the screen right now, and there will also be a link in the description. So let's just get on with the tutorial. First, start off with a ball of clay. I mixed silver and white to get this colour. You want to roll it into a thick snake. Then all you want to do is just flatten one side with your finger, making sure that you get rid of all your fingerprints. Now cut one edge flat and then cut that to create a point at one end. Cut the other end flat and then this will be the blade of your sword. To add detail to the blade, just take a needle tool and make an indent down the centre of the clay. For the hilt of the sword, just take some clay and roll it into a thick log and then place that horizontally at the bottom of the blade you just made. The clay that I was using was quite sticky, so it stuck together really well. If you do want to do more blending, go ahead. To finish the handle, just repeat that step with a slightly longer log and connect it vertically to the rest of the sword. To add detail, I just indented lines across the handle, but you can of course make the design of your sword as complicated as you like. This is just a very simple version because I wanted to make this tutorial as easy as possible. The last step to finish the sword is to poke a hole in the handle where we will attach a jump ring later. Once you've completed that, all you want to do is then bake the sword for about 15 minutes. To create the stone, take a ball of grey or granite clay and form it into a pebble shape. You can leave your rock round like this, but I prefer to make a jagged look. To do this, just press your fingers on random areas of the clay, creating different sized flat edges. I will be using an ice screw for this charm, so I'm just poking a hole in the top of the rock. The next step is to create a face on your charm. I have some in-depth tutorials on how to make clay faces, so I will link those below. To make the rock look even cuter, I added blush cheeks using chalk pastels and a paintbrush, but this is completely optional. So now it's time for the fun part. Take your baked sword and roughly mark out where you want the sword to go in the stone. Using a dotting tool, indent that area to make it easier to push the sword in. This just decreases the risk of the sword breaking when you put it in the stone. When you're ready to put the sword in, cover it in cornstarch or baby powder, and this will make sure that it doesn't stick to the clay when you want to remove it. Now just push the sword into the stone where you want it, and do this very gently, and then all you want to do is just wiggle the sword around to make sure that it will fit properly after baking. Once that's all done, it should look like this. Now just bake the stone and then we can attach all the findings. After baking the stone, you should be able to push the sword in with ease and remove it. Mine's a little bit stiff, but I quite like that because then the sword will stay in the stone if I ever use this keychain. If you're using an eye pin like me, now is the time to attach it, and you should add some glue beforehand. Now take a jump ring and attach it to the end of the sword by pulling the two ends away from each other using flat nose pliers. Leave the jump ring open as we will be attaching something later. Grab your keychain and attach your stone using the jump ring at the end. Now take some chain of your choice. I chose the one that matched my keychain best, and cut a length for the sword. Now attach the open jump ring on the sword to one end of the chain that you just cut and close it. Then attach another jump ring to the other side of the chain and then attach that to the keyring. After you've done that, you're all finished. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Go check out Amy's part of this collab by clicking on the screen now, and check out all of my social media. I love seeing you guys recreate my tutorials, so send me photos on Instagram using the hashtag xoxRufus.